Jharkhand eligibility test and UGC NET examination have already announced. These two important examination is going to be conducted in the next 3 or 4 months. So today in this video, I am going to tell you about the syllabus and approach that how can you clear these two examination so that you could become assistant professor ahead in future. So when we talk about the syllabus of English, those who wants to become the professor of English literature, so I'm talking from those aspirant perspective. So as you all know that we have all total 10 units. 10 units you need to cover. So what are those 10 units? Unit 1 that you need to cover is poetry. Unit 2 is fiction. Unit 3 is non-fiction. Unit 4 is prose. Unit 5 linguistics and pedagogy. Unit 6 English in India. Unit 7 culture studies. Unit 8 literary theory and criticism. Unit 9 literary terms. And Unit 10 research methodology in English. So these are the 10 units which we need to cover. That is very crucial from examination perspective. Now if I talk about the pattern that from where question could come in bulk. So my dear friends, you must need to know that British history is always important. Whenever we talk about English or English literature, so English literature came from Britain. So we need to cover or we need to focus more on British history. That is from the age of Chaucer to the contemporary literature. It means 1340 to 2025. The literature between this particular 700 or 800 year. All the authors, the important critique, the novelist, all you need to cover. And even when we talk about British literature, so particularly you need to focus more on Elizabethan age, that is the age of Shakespeare, you can say the university wheats, including Christopher Marlowe and John Lilly, George Peele, Thomas Nash, Thomas Kidd, this kind of people, Ben Jonson, who is called the father of comedy, English comedy. Then you need to focus on Victorian literature and Romanticism, Charles Dickens, William Wordsworth and all, and also modern, postmodern, contemporary. So in British history, you need to focus on these areas because bulk question, maximum questions would be there from this particular area topic. Now, beside this, you also need to focus on culture studies because out of 100, almost 10 question would be there from culture studies. Very easy kind of unit in which you need to focus more on post-colonial criticism, or you can say Marxist criticism, or you can say archetypal criticism, various kind of cultural, like Raymond William, who divided culture into 3 parts, like dominant, residual and emergent culture. So Raymond William is very important. Contemporary Center for Contemporary Culture Studies, from where culture study originated. Also, you need to focus on literary criticism and theory, very important, like structuralism, post-structuralism, deconstruction. So these are the queer theory. So literary theory is also important. So these are it means all total 10 units are there. And you can expect almost 40 or 35 to 40 questions directly from British history. Out of 100, I am talking 35 to 40 questions you can expect directly from British history. And the remaining 60 or 65 questions you can expect from theory, criticism, English in India, linguistics, research in English, literary terms, this kind of topic. So British history is always important as far as English literature is concerned. Besides this, you also need to focus on PYQs. My dear friends, you must need to solve the previous year question paper, at least 5-year PYQs, like 2021 to 2025. It helps you to understand the concept, the trend, the contemporary trend, which are going in UGC NET or, state level PCS kind of examination. Suppose you solve the question paper of the last 5 years. So you must understand the important topics, the unimportant topics, the trivial one, the most important one, so that you can focus, because competitive examination is all about your approach. Your approach must be smart so that in less time you can cover more of the syllabus. Okay, you can give maximum output. So PYQs is like very much mandatory. It is like compulsory. You must solve the PYQs of the last 5 years. It means in 1 year 100 question is there. So 5 year means 500 question. Even 500 into 2 because it happened twice in a year. So 1,000 questions would be there. So you need to solve 1,000 questions and you become the expert of English. You can easily qualify UGC NET or JET Jharkhand eligibility test or Telangana set kind of examination in 3 or 4 months. So PYQ will always help. Beside this, you can also go for literary terms. Okay, and like British history, I already told you you need to focus on British history. And even in British history, I told you the important areas that where you need to focus more. Okay, and you also need to learn chronology, the important authors chronology, the chronology related to work. Suppose Charles Dickens is there, or William Shakespeare is there, or Ben Jonson is there, D.H. Lawrence. These are like the important novelists or the poets or the dramatists. So you need to learn the works of this novelist or poet in sequence, in chronology. Like William Shakespeare, so he wrote 38 plays, 154 sonnets. So now it is not possible to learn 154 sonnets, the chronology. But you can learn the chronology of 38 plays written by William Shakespeare, who is also called the father of English drama. So 38 plays is there. So not 38 plays you need to learn, but at least the important 10 or 15 play out of 38 you must learn. Then like Charles Dickens is there, one of the greatest novelists ever of 19th century. So the chronology of the novel of Charles Dickens. Then D.H. Lawrence chronology, very important, because almost 40% of the questions are like is related to chronology. So you must learn. This is all about rattafication and maggafication kind of examination. So you need to learn all the works in sequence in chronology. So what you need to do, you need to learn one chronology one day. Every day you need to learn one chronology of any author, important author. 100 important author. Author means novelist, poet, dramatist, anything. But 100. Best 100 author ever, literature ever. You need to learn the sequence or chronology of this author. That will help. PYQs will help. British history will help. So these are like the strategies or approach which I want to discuss, because I know maximum lack of the students across you can say India is going to appear in UGC NET as well as JET or Telangana set kind of examination. So I just discussed you the approach. This approach will definitely help you cracking UGC NET or this kind of PCS examination. So stay tuned, and if you find any kind of difficulty, you may contact me anytime, 24/7. I will be there to help you. Thank you so much.